Hi, my name is Beth. I'm one of the curators who works for In Between Time, and today I'm with Chris, one of the Mammalian Diving Reflex cohort. Chris, did you want to start by briefly introducing yourself?
Well, my name's Chris. I live just outside of Bristol and I'm 18 years old.
Lovely. Did you want to explain what drew you to being part of this performance?
Well, I got an email through my college just saying that there is, this opportunity to work with 360, and if you were someone who enjoyed parts of lockdown, to get involved. And I just thought, well, there was parts of lockdown where I was just so relieved to be in lockdown, and I enjoyed lockdown um, at times, so I thought that I would get involved and sign up for it.
Oh, that's fantastic. Did you know that much about 360 film before, and what have you learnt during?
No, I really didn't know much about 360 film at all before. I thought 360 films were mostly just short horror films, and the typical stuff you seem to see YouTubers watching and gaming on. So when I started working on this project, I got sent out a 360 headset, and since then I've watched quite a few 360 films, and I've learned that they're not just horror films at all, and they're actually quite in depth and detailed, and people like to tell really emotional stories on them.
Oh, that's fantastic. What do you think? So, what have you learned specifically, like about learning? So, sort of, for me who doesn't know very much about it, what have you learned about the process of making it?
Well, learn like the camera stuff, like what buttons to press and all of that. Um, but also just like learn sort of a little bit more about lockdown, because before I knew that I enjoyed lockdown at times, and
Hmm.
I knew that I was relieved for it. I didn't know exactly why though, and while we've discussed it a lot and in detail, I've understood a little bit more about why I've enjoyed lockdown and why I was so relieved for it. So that's been good to sort of understand that.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I bet that's been fantastic to really investigate all of that. Because it was such an unexpected event. So to sort of be able to like work through with this project, some of the feelings around that must have been really interesting. Um, Given the fact that we were in lockdown, what was it like to work remotely during this project?
It made travel a bit easier because I do live like outside of Bristol, and for college I have to get buses and trains, and it is a bit exhausting. So travel wise, it made it a bit easier, and working from home made me feel more comfortable to share more details about my life and be more open and honest.
Oh, that's lovely. um, I feel like you might have already answered this a little bit, but was there something that you most enjoyed about shooting in 360?
I enjoyed watching it back afterwards because that was quite fun. My sister came down, she lives in Taunton. She came down with her little baby, and I filmed that in 360 as a little test. And watching it back after on the 360 when she had left, because she only stayed for a few days, that was nice because I saw the baby and I just wanted to, squeeze the baby and stuff, but I couldn't. So it's been quite surreal and quite like cool watching it back, being in my house and watching my house.
Oh, that's so sweet. So yeah, given that it was a lot of working remotely, um, what was it like collaborating between yourself and a whole team? Is it something you've done before on a project?
uh, I've done like projects in college where I've collaborated with other people, and most of the time it's been okay. But there's always been a few people who haven't been asked to sort of get stuck in. But
Mm.
collaborating on this project, everyone in the project is so invested and like so creative and like stuck into the project. So it's been nice. Yeah, I enjoy working with the people.
How do you feel like the audience will be affected by this work? Is that something you've thought about?
I think the audience will watch back this work, watch it live, and I think they'll feel a bit connected with us, and I think it'll make them feel a little less lonely, especially since lockdown was such a lonely time for everyone. To not to be in lockdown in a sense with the headset on and with it being about lockdown, but to still be communicating with us at the same time live and watching this, and I think they'll feel a sense of connection.
I do too. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I think that's definitely going to be one of the takeaways people have about it. On that sort of similar note, like, how do you think reflecting on the pandemic has affected you specifically? You were saying earlier that you found it really useful, but is there anything else that you found from it that you were affected by?
Well, before the pandemic, I was just sort of like, get this done, get this done, get this done. Everything is always so timed in life. And then during the pandemic, there wasn't that sort of time that you need to get everything done. So it slows down the pace of life a little bit. And life isn't supposed to be sped up all the time anyways. So it was nice to sort of just exist through the pandemic and not have to be like doing this and this and this all the time, and to take things in my own pace. And like, and also like throughout the pandemic, I changed quite a bit. Like, well, I don't think I changed. I think I just came out a little bit more on the outside. So I just stopped sort of presenting how I wanted everyone else to see me. I just sort of, I guess, cared less about other people's opinions in a sense. And just sort of, I don't need to know everything. I don't need to be doing everything all the time. I can just exist.
Those are really, really fantastic takeaways, I think. Yeah, and things I hope other people who have sort of discovered that as well are able to take forward now. Like, go, as we re-enter, we go back to, I mean, we won't be, but go back to more similar lives than we had before. I hope for me personally, like, I can take forward like a slightly more relaxed pace, where I'm not holding myself to ridiculously high standards that aren't necessary, like, really, especially if they're not bringing you joy and or at least contentment. Well, thank you so much, Chris, for chatting with me today. I can't wait to see the performance in the next couple of weeks. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Are you up to anything particularly today?
No, I think I've got something I need to do, but I'm blanking what it is, so I'll find out. But yeah.
No worries. Well, if not, I hope you get to enjoy some of the sunshine today. And yeah, hopefully speak soon. Thank you so much, Chris. Bye.
Okay. Thank you for talking with me.